Throughout the production of my magazine, I have used and seen a lot of different types of software and technology.
The first technology that I used was a software on the internet which was called blogger.com. This website is owned by Google and allowed us to record all of the information that we gathered and post it so it could be seen by other people. The blog included research for the task, the planning and the making of the final product. Whilst I was producing my blog, I was using a software, PowerPoint, to produce the work. This was very easy because PowerPoint allows you to collect work and save it as anything you want. I then followed to save the PowerPoint slides as JPEGs. This meant that I could upload the images to the blogging website easily and post them as a blog. This was very easy and quick to use because of the clever software that I used. PowerPoint was not the only software that I used to place work onto the blogging website. One was called Prezi. This was an online software which meant I was able to access it from anywhere as long as I was connected to the internet. I used this website to create a slideshow that talked about the history of musical magazines. Even though this was very useful software, it's rather difficult to use. The designing was difficult because of the different tools that could be used. Overall, I think this one was the most useful types of presentation softwares I have used. Another useful tool that I have used was embedding the Prezi presentation onto the blogging website. This Prezi website also allowed me to access the embedding link that I then passed onto the HTML in the blog and posted it. When conducting my survey, I thought it would be more helpful if I had a survey that could be accessed from anywhere on the internet. I found a website called SurveyMonkey. This allowed me to create my own survey with specific questions and get people to fill it in. It would then save the questions and then it would tell me the results. I then copied and pasted the results and questions onto the Blogger website. This was very useful because it meant I was able to get more people to fill it in. This was because it was on the internet. As long as they had the link to take them to the survey, they were able to fill it in and complete the survey. When I was taking photos of the people for the magazine, I used a Nikon D3100. This is an SLI camera which can take photos and videos. Whilst I was using the camera, I made sure that I was using the best lighting I possibly could. I used a program on the camera to tell me what the lighting was in certain photos. This then helped me decide which photos were the best ones to use for the magazine. When it came to creating the magazine, I used two Adobe softwares. These were Adobe Photoshop and Adobe InDesign. When I was editing the photos, I was using Photoshop. With this, I was able to select certain parts of a photo and change the appearance. For example, for the double page spread, I selected all of the grass and increased the color vibrancy. This made the grass stand out more. When I was adding all of the pieces together, I was using Adobe InDesign. This is a text-based software and is useful for doing things like making an article. Personally, I found this quite hard to use at first because there were a huge variety of tools. Over time, I was able to increase and decrease the width of the text. I was then able to put everything together on InDesign and finish my magazine project. Overall, I found that these two softwares were reasonably easy to use. They also had a lot of helpful tools that were included. Some things that I have found out about the technology I used was that they offer a lot more than what you need for them. And secondly, they are vital in order to complete any piece of work to a high standard.